Hey guys, this is going to be an update on my business ventures. As I mentioned in my last video, right now I'm working on a phone app. The app actually is out on the Google Play Store right now, but I still have some work to do before it gets closer to what my overall vision for the app is. If you guys want to check out the app as it is right now, though, I'm going to put a link in the video. I think that with the next update, the app is going to be a lot closer to my vision. And it's going to be a pretty big update, but with that comes a lot of work. And I've been working on this update for about, I don't even know how long it's been. It's been a while, but I think maybe like a month. And usually what I do with an update is I'll start off just thinking about what it is that I want the app to do differently. And I have to get all the details down. I have to make a lot of decisions. What exactly is the app going to do? How is it going to function with how the app is working right now? And it's a lot of work. It's a lot of tedious work. It's a lot of decisions, and then I have to get all that on paper, and then I give that to the programmers that I'm working with. The last week has been no different. I've been continuing to work on those updates. Getting all that stuff down on paper is my least favorite part of creating an app, because of the fact that it's so tedious and it takes a long time. And I feel that when I'm doing those updates, I have to keep my head down for a long time, because you're just working on the details, making decisions, and I don't feel that I have time to look up and just look at the app overall and generate ideas for the future and just work on or just see how the app is doing right now, because I feel that it's so much work that it's got to get done so that the app can advance. A lot of times when I'm working on this kind of stuff, I slow down on my work because I don't want to do it. And that was happening earlier this week. On Sunday, I had this little moment where I was just not wanting to work, and where eventually I just had to push myself and just say, just come on, man, let's just stop bitching about it, to myself, and just get going on it. Because the work has to get done. And I actually made a separate video about just kind of telling yourself that, because I've told myself that in the past, and it's been really helpful. And sometimes I forget to tell myself that, but it's really helpful when you remember, and when you're down and you don't really want to do something. And like I said, I made another video. I'm gonna link this video to that one as well. And ever since then, I actually got a lot more work done. But I also employed another mentality, which is something that I learned a while back from this YouTube video that I saw, where this guy was talking about really focusing on your work to where you're not getting distracted at all. And so that's been something else that I remembered once I employed that mentality of, just stop bitching, let's just start doing it, because we got to get through this. Once I started doing that, I remembered that mentality of just sitting down and focusing. And ever since then, I've been more focused, and I've been doing more work. And I've been pretty productive the last few days, and I'm still working on getting those documents ready for the programmers. That's basically what I've been doing. It's tedious work, but once you start focusing and you start getting a lot of work done, you get closer to having it done. So it feels good to make progress on it. And I think that hopefully, with a couple more days of being really focused, I can knock these documents out and get them to the programmer so they can start working on them, and then I can move on to other things. Another thing that I wanted to do, or that I started doing recently, is I thought that it would be a good idea to try to reach out to some potential users of the app and get their thoughts on what areas of their life they want to improve. So that's something that I actually started doing today. So I'm going to do that as part of my website. And so that's something that I plan to have done in the next couple of days as well. There can be a lot of exciting times when you're trying to do something like this. As I've been working on my app, I've had little milestones and victories, and I've learned a lot of stuff, and it's cool and all, but a lot of it's just, a lot of it can just be boring work, and that's basically what it's been the last week. The past week, one day I was having trouble sleeping because I was just thinking about whether my app's going to work or not, and I think that's something else that you have to deal with when you're doing this kind of thing, is just the doubts. You don't have your product out there, it's not, and if you, I do have my product out there, it's not doing that well, I know that a change is coming to it, so there's hope. And I think it's going to work, but in reality, you don't really know whether it's going to work or not. And so you start thinking about all the time you've invested, the money you've invested. And you just think, when you start doubting yourself, you think that, I mean, if it doesn't, if your idea doesn't work out, I mean, all that stuff's going to waste. And that's another thing that you have to deal with. And I usually don't stay down when I do get down for too long. I was able to reconvince myself. I think I have a good idea. I think I'm on the right path. And I mean, you still have those moments where you're doubting yourself, and you have to bring yourself back. I've actually also been more tired lately because of the fact that I've been more productive and the fact that I've been doing more work. That stuff, it all taxes your brain. It drains your brain, and I don't know. I think sometimes we don't think about the brain as using energy because it's something that we don't really see working, like the muscles, and it's not obvious. But but for the brain to work, it does use energy. It uses energy from the food you eat. It uses, and you only have a limited amount of energy each day. So all that focused work, all those decisions that I've had to be making, all that tedious work, it is starting to get to me. So I've been a little tired the last few days. Plus, I've been having a lot of trouble sleeping. So that's something else that I've been dealing with. I also found some glitches in the app that's out right now, in the version that's out right now. So I was working with the programmers to get rid of those. We're actually still working. The programmers that I'm working with are in India, so we just email back and forth, and I'll let them know what's going on, and they'll get back to me, and it's a lot of back and forth, and sometimes I wish they were here, or I wish I had programmers here, but that I could actually be in front of, and I think that we could get the work done a lot faster. But at this point, outsourcing for me is a cheaper option, and I need to keep my costs low, and so that's why I decided to go that route. And even though they're out there and the communication sometimes is slow, I think it's worth it right now. But yeah, we've been working on getting those glitches out of the way, and those glitches should be out soon. So I mean, yeah, that's as far as the app, that's what I've been doing. A lot of work, a lot of tedious work, but I'm happy because I've made a lot of progress on those programming documents because of the practices I put into place. Don't bitch, just get to work and focus. I think that, again, if I keep doing this, and I'll be done in the next couple of days with the programming docs. And that's pretty much it for the app. Besides that, I've also decided a long time ago I wanted to write. I started thinking about writing a book. When I was younger, I had pretty good writing skills, and since about last fall, I've been working on the story on and off. I'm not 100% sure on the strategy that I'm gonna put it out with, but I'm leaning towards an ebook, and so that's something that I started working on this week again. And so that's pretty much it. I mean, it's a lot of work and a lot of stress, but it's cool to have the hope of how things can be if everything works out, or even if just one of the things works out. Yeah, I get doubts, and yeah, I get stressed out, and yeah, I get tired, but I also have moments where I just visualize what I could have in my life, and it doesn't necessarily keep me going, but what keeps me going is more of an inner drive just to accomplish something. But it's nice to just think about what you can have in the future, and so that's basically what's been going on. I'll keep keeping you guys updated on what I'm doing and how things are going. So thank you guys for watching.